Happy 2025, blossoming soul. Happy 2025. Today's episode is focusing on why resolutions don't work and how we should be really focusing on revelations, okay? So before we even talk about the whole new year, Happy New Year, 2025, yeah. Let's recap 2024. How are you guys doing out there? How did your 2024 end? I would love to hear from you, okay? Because 2024 for me, overall, in my personal life, it was triumphant. I had an extremely transformative 2024, especially towards the end, where I made the conscious decision to leave my job and pursue Blossom and Rise in my private practice more full-time. And so I'm still not even scared because I know Spirit has my back, and I'm being 100% about that. But really, how are y'all doing? I mean, with the presidential elections, it's just, we're really in the fuck around and find out stage. I mean, let's just be real. Let's just be honest. Let's be real, right? I really grieved the morning I woke up and found out who won the elections. I couldn't believe that this country had a majority of low vibrational frequencies that reside here. And I know it's not just here in the United States, but I know it's worldwide. But I hoped that we had come further than where we are now. And so as a woman of color, I really had to grieve. Because America, like, I don't want to get started on the whole colonization and how this country is formed from immigrants. That's basic facts. That's history. And to have the agenda just to be wiping out immigrants is wild to me. Like, it's wild. But in order for transformation to happen, change has to happen. And so, yeah, let me know how your 2024 was. 2025, we're thriving, okay? We're not just surviving, we're thriving. And that's why you're here listening to the Blossom and Rise podcast, because you want to hear inspirational, encouraging, uplifting, but real topics to help you learn how to blossom and rise, okay? So let's be honest, let's just be real, all right? And so let's discuss why resolutions aren't great. Well, they're not great because they come from an external source, okay? How many of your resolutions ever really panned out and worked out? Yeah, I'll wait. Exactly, right? They haven't really panned out because they come from an external force as far as I want to look good or I want to feel good. It's all externally, okay? Instead of coming to a realization that based on your appearance, it's not about your appearance. It's about who you are that exudes outwards, right? Oh my God. So, excuse me. This is my Sprite that I'm indulging on the side. But it's all about how you feel on the inside, okay? So if you're focusing on resolutions, you need to be focusing more on revolutions, all right? We don't want to be at a place where we're just focused on everything that's wrong with us. What about what's right with us? And why is it that it's the new year where we have to start making all these new resolutions, making all these new plans for ourselves? Why is that not something that we hold ourselves accountable for as we move along, right? We create a goal for ourselves, we accomplish that goal, we move on to the next goal and the next goal. I'm very goal-oriented, okay? You give me a goal, I'll complete it. I give myself a goal, I'll complete it, and so on, right? Because there's always room for growth. There's always room for opportunity, possibilities, all the things, right? It's endless. It's limitless. We are limitless if we talk about ourselves on a conscious level. So revolution, okay? Let it be televised, right? Let the resolution, the revelation be televised. When we focus on revelations, it allows a true shift to happen in our consciousness, okay? So consciousness, your soul, spirit, energy, they're all synonymous with one another, okay? When we experience a change called death in our body, our spirit, our soul, our consciousness survives and just changes form. Okay, but you can change. You could be part of the change now by the way that you think. Okay, instead of thinking in human terms. Humans can only understand just so much of the vast universe of what spirit gives us, right? It's so minimal because our brains can only conceptualize the things that we see. For a long time, people thought that the earth was flat. Like, be so for real. Be so for real. I had to make sure that my mic was on because this is like around 4 or 5 of this edit. But it's important to be aware of that, right? And so true change requires a shift in your consciousness within. It also comes from a place of self-compassion and curiosity. Being more kind towards yourself. Being curious about ways to grow, areas to grow in, challenging yourself. If you have negative core beliefs about yourself, that's a way to shift that, all right? What brought you to that? What unhealed traumas, what unhealed wounds need to be addressed? Okay, are they continuously coming up and you're avoiding them? Are they continuously coming up and you're denying them? Look, okay, I always advocate for therapy. I'm a therapist with a therapist, okay? I get it. I understand. I'm the client, I'm the therapist. I know both sides. And it's so helpful to have that. In fact, I was talking to somebody on YouTube recently about the twin flame journey. And I just was featured on another podcast about talking about the twin flame journey and how the new age of it is so toxic because people don't understand the actual journey and what it means. And we'll talk about that more in depth in other episodes, but I'm bringing it up because he had told me that he has a lot of negative attributes, okay, a lot of negativity, and other people were helping him through it. And I'm like, other people though? I mean, people can help, but then their help could also be harmful. I always recommend for people to seek professional help from people that have spent years in education, experience, knowing the right ways to help people in, vulnerable states, especially dealing with trauma. Get yourself some professional help, okay? If that's something that you've been lacking this year, really invest in yourself, okay? I understand that the healthcare system is wild, okay? It's terrible. I don't even like working with them. But there's sliding scales. There's therapists out there that accept Medi-Cal, Medicaid. If you're not in California, there's options. There's sliding scales. All you have to do is just reach out, look for it, and you can find it. But don't allow yourself to deny help where it's obviously needed this year. We're not doing it. We're addressing things that need to be addressed, okay? Okay. Now, the Coltrane connection to this episode is the song called Resolution. I have speaker notes on the side here. Resolution, it highlights persistence and the fiery nature of transformation. So I knew about John Coltrane. Coltrane. Obviously, he's a famous sax player. He was a famous sax player. But I watched a documentary on him a few years ago, and it talked about his early struggles with heroin. And I'm not sure if it was alcoholism, but for sure I know it was heroin. Oh my gosh. Heroin. There we go. Addiction. And how when he created the project, the album, A Love Supreme, that was facing his spiritual transformation, his spiritual awakening, have you. And it's a beautiful album, which is why I'm focusing this season of Blossom and Rise on A Love Supreme. Now, I would play it in the background, but there's a thing called copyright, and I'm not dealing with that, okay? So persevering, moving forward, it's a revolution. It's a revolution, okay? For change, for transformation. That is what we need, okay? We need to find the purpose, our soul's purpose. We all incarnated in this life for a purpose, whether or not we're conscious of it or not. We can learn how to be, okay? It's a journey. It is a journey. Now, if you're interested in journaling with each episode, I'm totally down for that. and then discussing it, either commenting down below or sending me an email or whatnot. That'd be great. But for this year, what revolution does your soul crave? Okay, this could definitely, I really do recommend meditating around this prompt, because then you can get more insights. Okay, and if you're interested in learning more about spirituality and receiving more tips and resources, please follow me on Substack, which is a link below. Okay, I have my email list there, and I post there pretty frequently. I do have a second tier, which is the paid tier, and it's just for people that are interested in developing spiritually, and I'll be holding a monthly circle for that. But yeah, like, I provide the tools, I provide the resources for you to blossom and rise if you would like, okay? You can check me out on my website, blossomandrise.com, and if you're interested, I have a wait list open right now for Blossom Into My Power, which is a 12-week program, course that is focused around spiritual and personal development, blossoming and rising. You can find out more details and more in depth on my website, www.blossomandrise.com. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe, share the content if you feel like it was a great first episode, or just a great episode, and sharing is caring, right? I do intend to post once a week, so stay tuned for that. You can find me on YouTube. This video might be on YouTube. I haven't decided yet, because I'll be on Spotify and Amazon and potentially YouTube. Yeah. So thanks for checking in. Remember, we're going to blossom and rise together. Here's to a victorious and transformative year of 2025. Bye for now.